Indonesia, where foreign ministers and Russia held a ministerial meeting in Jakarta on Tuesday, discussing bilateral, regional and global issues, including vaccine cooperation.
Indonesian Foreign Minister Retno Marsudi says that Indonesia and Russia have been working to finalize a bilateral cooperation agreement on vaccines. Russia developed Sputnik V vaccine, which has received emergency use authorization in many countries. Officials from Indonesia's FDA have visited Russia in June to observe the Sputnik V production. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov says the two countries have been observing the possibility to produce Russian COVID-19 vaccines in Indonesia. Minister Lavrov says Russia has the same stance with Indonesia on coronavirus vaccine regime, which must be accessible for all people and all countries. The two ministers also discussed on the preparation for the visit of Russian President Vladimir Putin to Indonesia. During President Putin's visit, the leaders of the two countries are expected to sign a strategic partnership agreement. No timetable has yet been set. In Tuesday's ministerial meeting, Minister Retno and Minister Lavrov signed a document on a consultation plan between Indonesia, Russia Ministry of Foreign Affairs for the period of 2021 to 2023.
Strengthening health cooperation remains the highlight in all meetings, both bilateral and multilateral meetings. During the meeting, we discussed how we strengthen cooperation in the short term and in the long term. In the short term, of course, the issue concerning vaccine procurement, therapeutic and diagnostic remains the priority. Russia conveys a commitment to strengthen this short-term cooperation. All cooperation for sure will comply with the guidance from the two countries' health authorities as well as with the WHO. And for your information, colleagues, that last month, the head of Indonesia Food and Drugs Administration, BPOM, visited Russia to directly observe the facilities for production of Sputnik V vaccine. Since the very beginning of the pandemic, Indonesia and Russia have worked closely to address it. President Joko Widodo and President Putin conducted phone conversation in March 2020 concerning the cooperation to deal with the pandemic. Russia also donated antiviral drugs and medical equipment to Indonesia at the early stage of COVID-19 outbreak. This cooperation will strengthen through MOU on health cooperation between the two countries that is being finalized at this moment. This MOU will become a foundation for health cooperation in the medium and long term, including the plan to jointly produce vaccine between Indonesia and Russia. The second issue we discussed is on the trade and investment cooperation.
Yeah, of course, we discussed at length the cooperation in fighting the new coronavirus infection. The positions are basically the same. We are convinced, both Russia and Indonesia, that vaccines must be accessible for the entire international community, and we support respective initiatives of the United Nations, of the World Health Organization. We confirmed our readiness to closely cooperate with Indonesia, also in bilateral context, including the possibility not only of supplying vaccines, but also to discuss localization of their production on Indonesian soil. We support foreign policy of Jakarta, which is based on respect for international law.